Right, good evening everybody. Welcome back to VP4 TV, and we're here for one lost side match tonight in the VP4 2023 Virtual 9 Ball World Championship, and it's between Mr.Bill from the USA and Spectredawn from England or the UK, whatever flag he has, I can't remember. But one of them is going to have to go tonight. Welcome to Cobra, welcome to Slim, welcome to Spud Boy, and Semi-Pro and everybody else. Of course, we've got two matches overlapping tonight. We've got the one that starts in about 7 minutes time, and then we'll get Albie and Bankster at the top of the hour at 9 PM GMT. Clocks go forward tomorrow morning at 1 AM. And then we've got One Pocket Slim against Semi-Pro on Sunday night, and then Larry and Cobra next Tuesday. So great matches to come. And of course, we had good performances last night, Friday night 9 ball. Slim and Larry got to the final, or was it, who the hell was it got to the final? Was it Spectredawn? And Larry got revenge. Sorry Slim, I got that wrong. My mind's going as well. So the form with a lot of the contenders is good. Obviously Bankster is the outsider in these matches that are going to happen, but you know, it's a one-off chance. Anything is possible if you take your chances and you maybe get a little roll of the ball here or there. Now I hope we're coming through loud and clear. I'm now off desktop mode because I don't need that chat overlay. I've already got that on the screen, so hopefully everything's up to scratch. We're sticking with Gamecaster. It's the most reliable and stable at the moment. I've had no message from Steve, although he's visibly present in the chat, in the lobby. He may well be coming into Discord, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. This is a close one to call tonight, and in fact I think this could be quite a quick match because these two guys don't hang around, and I think literally anybody can win. But the one interesting thing again is you've got two guys who have all got the potential to win this thing, to go far, and they've got to step up again. You've got to raise the level. There's no going back the way. If you slip down a level, you're out. And Cobra calls it 13-12 to Bill. I mean, it could easily be that either way. Welcome to repetition. Welcome to Dwight. You know, it could really be close. And by the time it's finished, with my clocks, I've already got my clock set forward, so by the time it's finished, it's going to be at least 11 o'clock tonight, and then I'll have to just dive out and go to bed. Now, I don't know whether Slim is intending to do the live stream on the Albinario Bankster match. He said he might. Right, so if Slim can do me a favour and post the link to his channel in the chat in the lobby, then I can have it on in the background, and just tab in and have a look at it. I'll turn the volume down on it just to keep an eye on it and have a look at the scores and see what's happening. That'd be very handy, Slim. So good luck with that. Good luck to all the players. I'm going to have a quick tab out and have a look. Well, Run Out Rob's in the commentary booth, so that's one person, and it'd be handy if Steve turned up because I could leave it to the two of them and just do the camera work. So we're about, what, 2-3 minutes away. Now, during the day, I think on and off Bill and Spectredawn have been getting. No, do us a favour, Slim, put it into the chat in the lobby, because I can't click the link on that. Oh, wait a minute, hang on a minute, I'll just tab out for a second. I can click the link on that. I'll get YouTube up my second one, and I can click that link. Hang on. And I'll drag. No, tell a lie. That's no use. Hang on, because I want to have it up in the internal browser. So, do me a favour and just post it into the VP4 lobby. Right. Cheers. So I'll bring that up, and we'll get rid of the cookies. And what else do we have to get rid of? No, I don't need that. I'll just refresh that. And we'll have the volume muted. Right, so we're good to go. We're all set and ready to go. And welcome to Nick. Right, now one more quick tab out. There's still no sign of Steve in there. Alright, Steve's arrived. Right, hang on a minute. Right, good afternoon, gents.
You're there.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear everybody now, yeah. So, have you heard about me, Steve?
I saw something in the lobby yesterday or the day before that said you weren't feeling well.
Well, I'm feeling fine. Did you look at I posted the video on YouTube. I've got the palsy. You wouldn't believe it.
You got the shakes?
No. I've got, it looks as if I've had a stroke. Now, that's how it looks. It doesn't feel as if I've had a stroke, but that's how it looks. I'm not joking. I'm not making it up.
The left side of your face is sagging?
No, the right side is. But there's no other symptoms, and I've had a good look into it. I've not been to a doctor, so don't start that. And I think there's a pretty strong chance of it. Bell's, what was it I called it? Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy.
Yep, and because the symptoms happen so quickly, and it's actually feeling a wee bit better today. It's not, my face isn't quite as I've got better movement in my right eye. But
I'm looking at it. Says there's exercises you can do that help deal with it. Number one is laugh.
Oh, I know.
Number two is mouth stretches.
Yeah.
Number three is elbow stretches, and number four is lip movement. So
yeah.
Doing a stream and flapping your lips would be good for you.
Well, I'll be doing that. But honestly, like I said, you couldn't make this up. Right, the room's up. Let's get in and get going. I'm going to leave it to. Is Rob there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You sound as if you're in the back bedroom, Rob.
Well, don't know why.
You
sound like you're in the tunnel.
Yeah, you sound as if you're sitting in the corner and the mic's over the other corner a little bit. Anyway, Bill's won the lag. Off we go. Race to 13. Ball in the break.
Well, let's see. Do we got any predictions in here? Bill 13-12. So I guess that's the only one I see so far.
Yeah,
I guess
nobody else has predicted anything, but I'm not prepared to either. I think it's too close.
Well, that was a pretty good shot there. He didn't quite get him though.
I'll say that if both of them play up to their abilities, it should be pretty close.
How does your mic work, Rob? How does the mic normally work? Because something's totally changed.
Well, there was a boo-boo there. He had almost a whole ball. I guess he thought he had the whole ball, and he. Wow.
Well, this is what Spectredawn's good at, finding his way out.
Well, it's not Spectredawn at the table. It's Bill.
Bill. I was too busy looking at the chat there.
And he'll probably just roll forward here.
Is that better?
No, it's not any better, Rob. I don't know what you've done. Something's changed in your setup.
You're in a tunnel or the bathroom.
Mark predicts 13-10 to Spectredawn.
Well, there's a boo-boo. So we've had a couple pretty good mistakes right off the bat.
Yeah, I think the nerves are showing a little bit.
Well, I'll be surprised if Spectredawn doesn't run out from here. This is what he's good at.
Well, I think he's got to take this up top, hasn't he?
Well, that's the smart thing to do.
A good angle to come back for the 7. And a reminder to you guys, Slim is going to be doing the Albie Bankster match, so once it's underway, I'll keep a tab on it.
And that was good speed there. Well, it's an interesting match because I think Spectredawn runs out a little better than Bill, but I think Bill moves a little better, so it's going to be it should be pretty close.
Well, this is against the lag, isn't it? Against the break, yeah.
Well, they each screwed up, so I mean, Spectredawn gave him ball in hand and Bill couldn't run out.
Well, if we get it out of the system early, that's a good thing. What they don't want to do is keep doing it. Well, that's a good break. How's the lay of the balls? Not bad. Well, I think everything goes. Let's have a quick look. Not quite.
This isn't bad at all.
Five's no good.
No, 5's fine because you just play the billiard on the 8. He's all good here. I mean, the hardest shot he's got is this one. He's got to miss the 3 and then bounce out. He might hit this. I'd hit this harder. Yeah, just like that. That's exactly what he's needed to do. He's kind of left on the 50-yard line though.
Now, what do you do here? Do you go hell for leather to make the cut in this and go around 2-3 rails to get on the back of this 3 and then play it up the rail?
Yeah, I that's exactly what I'd do. It's very natural just go on 3 rails here. Put a little English on it to open it up more. Try to get straight in on the 3.
He's going to come around the angles, yeah.
He opened up a little too much. Well,
any better, Hugh?
That sounds a bit better now.
Definitely better.
Yeah.
So well, this is time to play safe here. Just skim this 3. Make sure you just come down the rail. There you go. Oh, you didn't get it. Well, it's close. You might have got it.
Well, you know what Bill's like with a jump stick. He'll hit this no problem. Whether he pots it's a different thing. No, in fact, he's not even bothering. He's trying to duck. I think the legs are good. The legs are good.
That's excellent shot there. I mean, that was all speed. He had the piece of it, but you had to get the speed right, and he hit it perfect.
Now, how does Spectre fancy a jump? Because he can cut this in. He's going to go for it.
Yeah, he's going to go for it, and if he makes this, he's going to have some sort of shot on the 4 ball.
Yeah, Rob sounds a lot better now.
The question is he going to keep the ball on the table? That's the big risk here, is losing the ball off the table. Oh, and he hits it perfect.
Yeah.
Got the cue ball down quick, and that is just dead nuts perfect. I mean, this just basically just like a stop shot here. He's just going to stun it, and it's going to move a teeny bit right, and then he's going to play the 8 ball.
Well, I'll tell you something, Steve. He's got to get really good to play this billiard.
Well, this is the wrong move. See, but he had a chance to get really good there.
Hang on a minute. What about the kick? What about the kick? Look at the 8-ball. Look at the 8-ball. It might go.
Yeah, it looks pretty dead. But yeah, all he had to do was stun that 4-ball, and he was fine. That 8-ball's not hard. I mean, because you can throw it. You hit that with right English, and 8-ball throws.
Oh, he's got it too thin. He got it too thin. Yeah.
He couldn't hit it. Yeah, he couldn't hit it on the edge like that.
Now, what does Bill do? Does he cut this onto the 8, or does he go for the pot and hold for the 7?
Nah, you shoot the 5 here and come back for the 7. You don't try that crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of a little forced follow. He's just going to roll it.
That was well done. Another testy one, though.
He'll do the same thing on the 7. He'll just roll it in.
Well, all good now.
They both made some mistakes here on early going. I mean, I thought once Spectredawn made that jump shot, he was out and he screwed it up.
Welcome to Rabbit. Right, well, you're going to miss the break, guys, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab out for a minute and just up Rob a little bit. Hang on.
Yeah, he'll have to do that in the commentary booth part of it.
Right, he should be a lot better.
This table looks pretty good. I mean, I think this kind of shot's a little tricky. I mean, he needs to cut it enough to make it, and it's real easy to throw this into the end rail. And he's going to go down on it, which I think is a good idea, and that's perfect. So I would think that Bill's going to run out here.
Welcome to Dwight. And welcome everybody else. So, we know where the problem lies. He's tried a little bump, and that's cheeky, but he took a big risk doing that. I think he could have waited because...
I mean, he needed to hit that pretty full, and he just cut a little piece of it.
Well...
Caught that edge of that 6, messed him up.
He needs to get behind that 8, and that's well done.
Well, he caught the edge of the 6 because he hit it too hard.
I say well done. This is going to get dropped in dead, I think.
No, it's I don't. Does it go? Yeah, I guess it does go. You're right. Yeah.
He needs to drop it in stone dead, and he needs to be careful he doesn't end up behind the 8 doing this.
Oh, he won't. I mean,
and that's well done
to just run right into the 8.
That was well done. Well, this will be Spectredawn looking to start his run. If he gets these balls going in the break, he's off and running.
Well, I think Bill played the right shot, bumping the 6, but he just hit it too hard and it went wide and only got a little piece of it. This is just, each one of these guys is not getting out, which on racks you would expect them to.
Mm. Well, this is, Bill's going to be dreading if Spectredawn starts heating up here. Oh, a quick drink.
Wow, a lot of tip tapping on that cue ball, but it didn't go in the corner, and you know this isn't the easiest shot on the 1 ball. I consider playing safe here. I think he's going to shoot it.
Check my little doodle's working.
You know, the problem here is getting a shot on the 2 ball. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to try to go behind the 9 ball off the rail there. Or I guess if he punches it, he could hit before the side pocket. He can back cut this, but the speed's not right to get on the 2. This is a tricky situation here. I'd probably just play safe because you got a lot of options. But
I'll tell you
see what
something,
he
Steve.
tries to do here.
If he tries to just push this one up the table and use those balls in the middle of the table, he needs to get really tight. He went all out for it.
Yeah, that was.
And he's going to regret it.
It was missed by a mile. I mean, that. There's nothing wrong with shooting at that, but when the one ball's that far outside the pocket, that's not good.
Well, the little tester for Bill is this 5 to the 6. It's just, these balls just play in your mind when you're trying to get the 6.
Well, 6 goes in a lot of places.
Yeah.
The easy way to play it is 3 rails because you're going to run on the line. Now, see, this is the harder way to play it. If you get a left angle and go 3 rails, you're running down on the line to 6 to the corner. From here, all kinds of bad stuff can happen.
Dead straight. No good. Is he getting it enough? Nope.
No. Yeah, it's just little choices like that. The 3 rail off the 5 was pretty much guaranteed he's going to get a shot.
Here we go with the veil out.
He would have been better off drawing it too much and running into the 9 and stopping.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Well, it's pretty much been like this the whole match. Just nobody's getting out on racks that they should. Eventually, somebody's going to start getting out, and that's probably going to be the guy that wins.
Well, there's a gap now.
Yep, Bill gets the little gap early. Spectre gets the gap early.
3-1. Bill doesn't want to let him get away if he can help it.
Well, the way this has gone, he's going to be getting to the table because both these guys are making lots of errors.
That's dry, I think. Well, I turned Rob up there unless he's turned himself down, and he sounded louder. He's gone a bit quiet again.
Well, I'd bank this every day, and the reason why is you've got blockers. It's just natural. Hit this easy and not that hard.
Well done.
Well, he hit it too hard.
Yeah, he's just let the cue ball run away there.
Yeah, I mean, I would have played that a lot slower just because you had blockers if you missed it.
What about number 2? Same idea.
Well, I'd run this to run at the 7 ball.
He's going to cut it.
Yeah, well, he hit that with a lot of inside trying to hold it. I would have let it it was natural to let it run at the 7 ball.
Yeah.
And if you bump the 7 ball, you're going to come up with some kind of shot.
Look like Spectre's going to do a similar shot to what you were just saying, Steve.
That's a bit better, Rob.
Well, that one he held. I mean, he played the same shot Bill did, but he had he had a lot better angle to do it, and the ball was right by the pocket.
I'm with you on the one Bill shot. I believe I would have let it go around because of the angle on it.
Unless he's got the good line to get onto this 6 on the short side. Yeah, he might go on the other side if he fancies it.
No, that's the right shot. The one he shot there, and the thing about that shot is that if you move the cue ball well, you're going to get on a good line. I mean, good players aren't going to hook themselves there. They're not going to end up way high because from where he was, it was easy to get that line.
Well, I hate to say this in terms of making it a match, but the alarm bells are already ringing for Bill here.
Well, the thing is Bill's been to the table every single rack, I think, and
yeah.
if you get to the table every rack and you're down 4-1, it means you've been screwing up a lot.
Oh, they broke well, but nothing's gone.
Other dry one, but at least it's not a sellout. So you almost have to push to a kick shot here. You can try to kick it in if you want, but I wouldn't do that where the two is. I would definitely just be pushing it down table.
Yeah, he's going to leave him.
He's going to push it right there, and
well,
that's not that's.
I thought for a second there he was going to leave that 9 over the pocket there.
Right here, you do the one rail kick behind the 8 ball and stick the cue ball. You did not try to make this because of where the 2 ball is. You would never try to make this.
Well, Spectre passed that back to Bill there, and Bill's kicked it in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would have played it stick off behind. I mean, he's okay. He can at least play safe. I mean, he's lucky he got here. I would have kicked behind the 8 off the side rail and stuck the cue ball right there.
That 2 goes. Can you get enough of it? I think he can.
I think he can. But, it's...
Oh, it's unlucky. Good effort. But he's got second prize.
Yeah, this one you got to hit with some speed because you need the cue ball to come back up table. And you want to play 2 rails, not straight in. He played the right shot there. He just missed it, but that was the right shot.
Well,
he had to try that.
It was almost perfect because look where he landed in the 3. If he just chipped that in, he would have been perfect in the 3.
Well, that shot is, if you're hitting it the right way, there's a chance that you're going to miss the ball.
Well, needless to say, this is a must for Bill. Got to get it. He has got to take this out.
Yeah, Bill needs to run this out and a break and run right behind it.
He's got to dig into this because he's the wrong angle. He has got to just come back.
I just got to stop making mistakes. I mean, that's the thing. Spectredawn is letting him to the table. He just got to stop making so many mistakes, and he can get back in this.
Well, this is the make or break shot up the rail, well away from the rail, so he shouldn't be catching a pocket. Oh dear! Commentators curse there, boys.
Everything's going wrong for Bill right now.
Oh dear!
Bill's kind of an off or on player, Sometimes he plays spectacular, and other times it looks like this.
Yeah, not a good sign. He should have been nowhere near that side pocket.
Yeah, it really wasn't the kind of shot you would expect to hit the tit on.
And he didn't hit the shot before quite hard enough to get his position on that 6 either.
Yeah, we'll leave it short. Well, now you think, Bill's going to start going for everything now, I think. And that could just play into Spectre's hands. He's got to be wise.
This could be a blowout, and really Spectredawn has not played that well to this point, but...
And the only saving grace here is he's not getting balls in the break here. That's another dry one.
Oh yeah, he's breaking terrible. And, this is just a little bit of draw and hit it. Yeah, and that's well done. And
well, this is deja vu from the last rack. But he didn't get it done.
Yeah, he's going forward here, which I think is a good play, but not in that direction.
Oh, here we go again.
See, I would have hit that with inside English and come back between the 5 and rail again, not let it run into those balls.
And obviously has to have a sight in the 4. Oh dear. Oh well, that'll do it.
Yeah, he got away with one there. So now you just got to decide where you're going to go here. I would hold this. Try to come to the middle of the other end rail. You know, he doesn't look like he's doing that. He tried to do that, and that's not bad. I mean, he just didn't get the speed right, but he's okay.
Well, I think he'll just cut his losses here and just kill this.
Yep, a little inside to hold it, and you know, Bill shoots a lot of good shots the way that you want to play him, but then I see him do stuff which is like not so wonderful. That he's okay.
He's trying his best to muck it up. Well, we all know what I'm going to say. You know, he needs a break and a run. And he needs 1 or 2 of them, I would think.
Well, he needs to control the table. I don't think you got to break and run out all the time to come back, but you know, you really need to make a ball and then have a chance to play safe, or just you can't afford to sell out. That's the main thing.
Well, as I said earlier, that all comes into he's got to play wise strategy.
See, now he didn't sell out, but you know, the problem here is you've given up control. If you're playing somebody good here, they're going to put you in a bad position off of this. We'll see what Spectredawn can come up with.
Well, bumping the 5 wouldn't do him any harm, I don't think.
Yeah, this is a little tricky here. He's going to try to get this cue ball to go back across the table and put the cue ball down on the end rail and use the 8 ball, I think. I think you have to move the 1. Oh, he pushed. Now that's a terrible shot. Oh. I mean, that's just like, if some guy does this to me, I'm like, I can't lose to this guy. Because, I mean, this is just, you know, you're just telling the guy, go ahead and hook me.
Yeah.
Say, happy birthday.
Well, Bill's at it as well, but he's got the cover.
Yeah, I mean, that's a terrible push out.
This is where Bill says Bill moves a little better than Spectre. This is where it'll help him.
Yeah, and it's really about keeping control of the table. And Bill got a little lucky there; they didn't sell out on a dry break. But you know, then Spectredawn couldn't take advantage of it, and that's all that he needs to do is keep control of the table, which he's done.
Yeah,
obviously now he needs to do something good here. I mean, in this kind of situation, if you get in trouble, you have to play safe. I mean, you expect him to run out, but if you get really screwy, you still haven't lost control until you play a bad safety or miss a shot.
The problem shots coming up in the next 2 shots, getting from that 3, which is deep in the pocket,
I think that's easy. 4. No, you just roll forward and then cut the right side of the 3 here. You just hit the right side of the 3 and come right down and shoot the 4 in the side pocket. The difficulty is getting to the 5.
Let's see if he gets the angle. Oh, he's gone the other way. I thought he was going to go right side.
Yeah, I did too, but this is fine. I mean, you know.
Let's see what he looks like from here. That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah, I mean.
That's a good line.
Bill was thinking the least the cue ball has to move.
The thing is, if you get close to a ball, there's a lot you can do. Mm-hmm. You know, you get within a couple feet of a ball, you know, even if you're not perfect, there's a lot you can do to move the cue ball.
Yeah, he just rolled that one straight out into the line. He didn't try to do nothing extra.
Well, now he's got to go down and back up.
Yeah, this is not. He's probably going to go 3 rails there. Hit this hard, go around the table. He didn't hit it hard enough. You need to hit that with some speed.
Well, this should be fine because I mean he's stuck to the rail, but the angle's good because he just needs to worry about the pot. The cue ball's going to go the right direction, and that will
Well,
do it.
you can get away with that in VP. In real life, you better be having better speed on that. Come down. You don't want to leave yourself that shot all the time.
I agree.
Yeah, he'll take it though. And I mean, you know how Bill wins these racks. I mean, you know that was a push out that wasn't a great choice, and Spectredawn ended up losing that battle. If Bill gets into that sort of strategy and pinches racks that way, he won't care. You know, he doesn't want to look spectacular. You know, it doesn't matter how you win. If you win ugly, that's all that matters at this stage.
Yeah, well, here we go with another dry break.
Yeah.
Now, you know, here we go with a situation where he doesn't have a good shot. He needs to play a good safety here.
He might be trying the 5. Yep.
Yeah, and that's that's okay as long as you come up with a shot on the 1.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have to
didn't
bail out again.
You know, that's that was a little bit touchy shooting at that.
And I think he's got to call his own bluff here because if he gets this 1 and he sees the 2, depending how he lies on it, he's going to have to maybe force himself into playing a 2-4 combo.
Yeah, I mean, the play on the one was to play safe.
There you go.
But you know, he's kind of forced into like shooting at stuff because his safety game isn't very good.
Yeah.
And you know, here he goes again. You know, he's going to have to shoot at this. Real life, I'd never shoot at that.
Yeah. Well, this is he's not missing this.
Yeah, that's
it's
an
easy enough combo.
Just got to make sure you get the cue ball out. You know, just take it 2 rails between the 3 and 6. It's possible you could screw up the 2 and put on the end rail, but you know.
Uh-oh, hang on a minute. He's going to have to bail out again.
Yeah, see, that's. Yeah, you got to run that on a line where you know, it wasn't that hard to get it going on the line. The danger was having the 2 on the end rail and not having a shot.
He tried exactly what you said, Steve. He just didn't execute it.
Yeah. But you know, it's going to happen sometimes in pool. I mean, I'm a little surprised since getting that line wasn't hard in that situation, but sometimes, you know, sometimes you're so focused on making a combo that you just don't think about the line enough.
Oh, welcome to Stub. That's him typed his sentence and he'll be gone.
Stub is there, yep. Noob surrounded from the north.
He's in a little world of his own, that boy. Well,
yeah, I'm not quite familiar with that dialect.
This is good enough for Bill. He's got the angle. He's got to push this through. Get it out. Not chicken out in it. That'll do it. Oh, he's in the room as well. I never even noticed. I was busy reading the chat.
Yeah. Well, he's dead straight, but that's not going to matter in this game.
I shot that exact shot one year in the triannuals. Steve, an old girl said, "That was a good shot." And I said, "Well, it was supposed to be."
Okay, so here comes Bill. I mean, Spectredawn just...
So far, the breaks have been crap. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Spectredawn should be running away from this, but a bad push and then a shot where he should have played safe. He tried to get out on a situation he should have just played safe, and all of a sudden it's 5-4.
Well, now they're using the other foot because Bill's had a ball, but he's not got a shot. So what does he do?
But Bill will play safe here. I mean, you've got a few choices here. I like cutting a 1 back towards the 9. He's going to actually bank it, which isn't a bad choice because, you know, the worst thing that was going to happen was you're going to leave this, and Spectredawn doesn't move well. I mean, there's always a chance that he'd have a play on the 9 ball, but that wasn't a bad choice banking the 1.
Well, this is an interesting test for Spectre. Yeah.
Well, that's a good shot. Even if he doesn't get there, that was a well played shot. Every once in a while, you see him do something, and you go, well, maybe he can play safe.
He's going to pull the trigger here. And that's not a bad shot. Clean on the 3. He's going for it. Now he's got to get up past that 9, well past it. You don't want to be.
Oh, well, he could run into it too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you crank this enough, you can actually hit it. And this is pretty natural going behind the 8 ball here. The 6 ball cannot hook you here. You get in the line to go between the 8 and the rail, and the 6 ball is not in play. I mean, he's just going to come straight out, which is okay. That's probably a better path than the one I had because he didn't really have to do a whole lot.
Well, now, ideally, he wants just to be straight in this 6 in the side. You know, it won't matter that much if he isn't, but ideally, he wants to just be dropping it in like this and or coming back a couple inches. You know, that's fine.
And that was well done. He didn't underhit that. The mistake people make on that 5 ball when they're putting inside English on is they underhit it because the inside English kills it some off the end rail, and Bill hit it plenty hard enough. If you go a little too far, you've got what he just had. You just don't want to come up short on it. So all of a sudden, Bill's looking like a superstar, and Spectredawn is struggling.
Well, I like it from the fact that now we've got a match on. It was looking scary there early on.
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't. Bill's finally stopped doing as many silly things. And, the thing about Bill's game is he's going to make some mistake. A lot of it's situational. Bill gets in some situations he doesn't handle well, and that's kind of how early in the match was. And, the bottom line is he is going to move better in Spectredawn. So he's got a big advantage in that sense.
Right. 4 doesn't go. Same again. It goes in the side, but it doesn't go in the corner.
That's a break semi-pro doesn't like, where the balls don't come apart good. But, the 4 ball's not really an issue because it's going to get moved right here. Well, that was not where you want to put it. I mean, he's still okay, but I would have come back off the side rail and brought it out into the middle of the tables where he didn't have this severe a cut.
Well, it's not a combo anyway, that 4.
The 4 will go if you throw it, but...
Well, it does go.
Yeah, you just had to throw it. It was lined up, in the left titty, but it was going to throw as long as you made sure the cue ball hit on the top side of it.
Well, big decision here again. I think he's going for it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that kind of shot, going for it isn't the end of the world because the cue ball's coming down table.
Yeah, I think he'll settle for that.
Yeah, I mean, this is all doable here, but he needs to cut the 2 in, or he needs to play safe. And, the safety here isn't that easy. I would shoot this just because it's pretty natural coming between the rail and the 6 ball. He spun it all the way to the outside, and that's a pretty good shot.
And he's still in the table. Well, you're going to have to drop this dead weight then and just come back up.
Yeah, this is just make the ball because you're going to get on the 5 ball. All you have to do is make it. It's a little more in dead weight. You want to put a little more speed than that. Yeah,
well, he wasn't playing the combo, Tommy. He was playing the cut in the 2, and he got away with it. That's how I'm describing it.
Well, he hit that really hard, and the problem with doing that is this is a little touchy. See, if he would have hit it just a little less speed and brought the cue ball on the front side of this, he would have had an easy shot to go behind it. Now he's going to have to hit him. 2 rails into the 6, well, that's not the right way to hit him. He got away with it. I would have come behind it into the 6 ball because then you're pushing the 6 down to the 9 and you're almost guaranteed a shot. The way he did it, he could have hooked himself.
Mm-hmm.
But he got away with it, and he's going to need a much-needed game after giving up. What did he give up 4 in a row? Wasn't it 5-1?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy's saying push, but what he means is thrown.
Bring that up. Hang on.
Well, and here we go with another dry break. I mean, this is unbelievable. These guys cannot make a ball on the break. I mean, how many dry breaks have we seen?
A whole stack of them.
And the break percentages in this match are just crap.
So
And that's the way it can go. But that this kind of match favors Bill because he moves better, and when balls aren't going on the breaks and the tables aren't looking good, that's going to favor the guy that moves better. Now this is an interesting shot. I would bank this and take the cue ball to the end rail. You got to hit this with a little left English though to get the cue ball out of the way. Little draw on left English.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't think that was a terrible idea, but obviously there's a side pocket there, and he could have hit that easier and come up short of the side pocket. I mean, if you're on that line where it might go in the side, if you don't crank it over quite enough, why not just hit it easier? Because he's going to have a shot on the 2 from anywhere over there. I mean, those are those judgment things. If you're sitting there looking at that and going, man, I'm not sure I can get by the side pocket, hit the same shot with inside, but hit it easier so that you come up short because the 2 ball was going to be available.
Well, you'll notice that I'm tabbing backward and forward every so often just to keep an eye on the match with Albie and Bankster.
So it looks as though Albie's fixing to go up 3-0.
Yeah, well, that match is that's a case of Bankster is going to have to play the match of his life and still get help from Albin to win that.
Well, he's
yeah, he's sure not doing it the way he shot the last shot he shot. He just flat out missed it. Left Albie back to the table for a run out.
And here we go again with Bill coming back square. And if this match keeps going the way it's been going, Bill's going to win this. Watch out. Watch out.
And he is.
Oh, is he titty hooked?
Yeah.
Bring out the jump cue.
Yeah.
Now, I've been in this situation a few times in real life, and I'd say I'm about, probably about 40-50% on winning from here. I mean, this isn't a hard jump shot. If the 8 ball is a little further off the rail, but where it is right now, this is pretty tricky because,
well, I don't
when you're coming down, you can get the rail in your way. He's not even going to jump it, which is kind of surprises me as good as Bill jumps.
I'm surprised he didn't go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. I mean, having 8 near the rail made it tougher, but Bill jumped so well, especially close.
Well,
I'm kind of surprised.
The surprise about it is, he was dead and buried pretty much anyway, so he might as well have had a go. And if he made a complete mess of the jump, then it wouldn't have mattered anyway. You just had to get a lucky roll.
If you're going to kick at that, you need to soft kick it and roll up on top of it. You know, he played that the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with soft kicking at that, but he didn't do that. He hit it with too much speed where he was going to have to get lucky.
Yeah.
If you watch a pro in that situation, he's probably just going to soft kick at it and roll up real easy on it. Because all you have to do is hit the 8. There's no way you're not going to hit the rail when the 8's up, a 1/16 of an inch from it.
Or soft kick it enough to get it to the end rail.
Oh, 5
well,
goes.
That I don't think too many guys would try. I think, because that's risky. The soft kick and rolling up on it's more typically the shot you'll see guys shoot there. If you're Efren, maybe you play something like that, but Most of us aren't Efren. Well, that is a really good shot if he gets there.
Well, he's not really got there, has he? Because
No.
you can jump this and plot it, but what
Well,
about the two?
He really didn't have the angle to shoot it the way he did. Now, if he would have shot it with right English, so it got to the end rail and spun back over to the two, that would have been the way to shoot it. And he played a well. This is a wow. That's
Well,
I'm kind of surprised he played that shot. I mean, I think he was trying to get him on the two, but that's one of those shots that if you don't get it, you're leaving it wide open. Now, I think the advantage here is that Spectredawn is going to know what to do. Well, and as soon as I say that, he does the right thing. That was a smart shot.
So Albie makes a mistake. Bankster's out. Now it's 3-1.
And Bill hit just about the shot that leaves him perfect. This is perfect to make the one and run down into the 9 ball. This is just a follow shot. You got to hit this with a little bit of speed to make sure the cue ball stays wide enough. Just like that. I mean, he didn't get the 9 ball. He got a little too wide, but he got the 2 out of there. The thing is, he has no shot, so this is where you got to play safe. And this save's actually a little tricky if he's going to try to put him on the 9. This is not guaranteed, and you might make other balls if you try that. Oh, he's going to shoot it. He's got the shot. That's a hell of a shot there.
That was tight.
Yeah, it was very tight.
Welcome to Hog.
And this really shouldn't be a problem. I mean, he may not come up with a shot on the 6, but it's easy to get the angle to move it.
Well, he's going to get some sort of hit on it. He can make the angle.
Well, this is, I mean, that was not just doing it. That was perfect. The only danger there was really not hitting that hard enough. If you hit it hard enough, you're going to get something out of it.
Well, this is a good out because that was not an easy 2 ball.
No, but this is what Spectredawn does really well. Is he runs out as good as anybody.
Well, Bill's going to have to do it again. It's going to be 3.
We got a few guys that are like this that run out really good but don't move well. Stubbs one of them. Spectredawn's one of them. Who else is like that really runs out a lot? But doesn't move that well.
He didn't show it in this tournament. Gracelate runs out really well.
Who does? Oh, Gracelate. Yeah,
yes, sir.
I haven't seen him play that much. I've seen him play maybe one match. But, then you got guys like Nick and Cobra and Albin who not only run out well, but they play safe. And, Semi-Pro's another guy that runs out really well, and he moves pretty well, too. I mean, honestly, I think Semi-Pro just makes a few more better decisions, and he's going to be near impossible to beat.
Well, 1 and 8 is gone, and this rack's gone.
Speaking of Semi-Pro, where is he?
Yeah, he was in the stream. Well, that's a good little combo by Bankster, although the one's dead.
Last rack, he was at the table, came up short on a shot, gave Albie the rack back.
Yeah, 4-1 to Albie.
Yeah, Albie's really been kind of vulnerable this tournament. He has not played his best, but he's still in it, so that means he's still a threat.
That won't stop him winning it.
Nope. Still got 1 bullet left in the chamber.
And he just did what you just said he does well. He shot a monster safe.
Yeah, he's a thinker and stuff. I wouldn't say his moving game is perfect, but as far as comparing to the rest of the guys on VP, he probably moves as good as anybody. His cue ball precision's really good. I mean, he's got really good touch with the cue ball, which allows you to play more of those kind of safeties when you got good precision.
He shot a lockup safe. Bankster didn't have a chance to jump. He had to kick.
Yeah, that's a tough match for Bankster. I mean, he could beat a lot of guys in this tournament. For him to beat Albin, that's tough.
Just a message to the guys that are watching. As soon as this match is over, I'm gone. I'm going to bed. So go to Twitch, and if you haven't already subscribed to Slim, just search in the window and type in his full name, One Pocket Slim, and you'll find his channel, and you can watch the rest of that match with Albie and Bankster.
Well, that match may be over before this one.
It's going to be touch and go.
And right now it's 4-1 Albin, and it's going to be 5-1 Albin before too long.
He's at the table and he's running out.
All right, somebody finally made a ball on the break. How about that?
So this is back to square one for Bill.
Well, I mean, neither one of these guys is capable of pulling away because they both make too many mistakes. To dominate somebody, you just got to, play some pool where you're not making mistakes. And I don't think either one of these guys is capable of it. I mean, Spectredawn, if he breaks well and gets good tables, is capable of running a lot of racks. That's one way he could dominate. I mean, like here, okay? It's like, what are you going to do? How are you going to play safe? Okay, he's thinking about this. And that's not a bad play, but it's not a great play either. I mean, I'll give him credit that wasn't a bad idea. He didn't get the safety. And the problem with not getting the safety is this. You got to get that hook when you're leaving the ball close to the other ball. You either need to separate them or make sure you get the hook. And he didn't do either one of those.
Before I forget, Steve, if you get your pen and paper there, could you write down and change the time for Friday Night 9-Ball, please?
Okay, I'm writing it down. Now, one thing about the matches tomorrow, okay, when I saw it on your screen, it said GMT +1, like it did take into account the change in time.
Uh-huh.
But here's the problem, is on my screen, it's GMT -4. So on my screen, it's showing the old time because when you go forward, it'll be GMT -5 for my time.
Mm-hmm.
So your time showed correctly, my time showed wrong. So who's ever in that match, you guys need to make sure that, you're there an hour early just in case the match goes off wrong, because I'm still not sure it's going to be correct, because we should our time should agree and they don't. Mine should say GMT -5 for these matches tomorrow, or the match tomorrow, and it doesn't. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, Bill looks like he's going to stem the tide for the time being.
Well, I mean, between how bad these guys are breaking and how many mistakes they're making, I mean, it's you're going to get chances.
Right.
You just don't want to be in a situation where, you got to run 5 racks to be in a match. It's better to be able to control things, because you're not always going to get the, break that good or get tables you can run a bunch of racks in a row.
Well, Bankster's got his chance.
Well, that I didn't think that one ball was going in, but it did, and that's a beautiful break.
Look
and
at this.
Yeah, and Bill should be out here.
Yeah, great table.
So this is the part that Bill doesn't do as good as Spectredawn. He doesn't run out as good as Spectredawn. He does it well, but not as good as Spectredawn. So, it's critical for him to not screw this rack up. He's a little funny already because
He should have been right out into the table, shouldn't he?
Well, the problem with this angle, he didn't. There's nothing wrong with playing for it in the corner, but this angle, he's got to get on this 4-ball good. That's not wonderful.
Mm.
I mean, he's still okay here, but when you start doing this in a rack, every time you get a little funny like this, it's like another shot you could screw up. He could screw up miss this ball like that, or he could get bad shape, and that's all from what happened on the 2-ball.
Yep,
that was all from not getting on the 3-ball better.
Yep, he should have been further out into the table.
Well, or leave himself a different angle into the corner pocket. Either way, I'm not going to say one way or the other. He had to shoot it one way or the other, but he needed an angle on the 3 that he could move to the 4 easily to get a position to come up table for the 5, and he just didn't have that. And it's interesting watching this match because you've got a guy that moves better against a guy that runs out better. And right now, the guy that runs out better is winning, and it's about to be 10-6, and that's kind of hard to come back from. I'm not saying Bill can't, because he was down 5-1, and he came back and tied it.
He's going to need a lot of help to get back this time, though.
Well, Spectredawn's gave him a lot of help, mainly because, the problem Spectredawn has, if he doesn't break well or he gets funny tables, then, and he has to start playing safe or pushing out, he doesn't do that well. But if he starts breaking well, then this match is over.
Well, that'll do, because it's frozen to the rail.
Yeah, what Spectredawn needs here is break these balls and get a shot on the 1 and, be on his merry way.
And the ball.
Yeah. Okay, so now it turns into a moving game because he didn't get that. He's got the edge of the 1. But if you're going to thin that edge, you got to decide where you're going to put the cue ball. I would probably push out here to something a little different than this. I'd probably push out to some kind of kick shot. You can thin the edge and try to use the 5-ball, but that's not really a good shot because the 5-ball's not a big ball.
Well, Albie's made another mistake, letting Bankster in. Look like it's going to be 5-3.
Now, if you're going to push, you got to push to some. This is no good.
No, he's actually tied up behind the 4.
Oh, yeah. If it was me, I'd be going right behind the 9.
Or the 9, yeah. He's got either or. But I think the 9's easier, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just, well, the 9's all line. The 4 is all, and he's just going to shoot it.
No, he's not messing about.
There's nothing wrong with that either. If you like the shot and, go ahead and shoot it, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Me in that position, I'm playing safe every time, but.
Me too.
He's, he's.
Well, I think he was more focused looking at the scoreboard there, thinking, right, well, I've got to make my own way in this. He can't be relying on Spectredawn handing him racks. He's got to be A positive.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being aggressive, but the thinking needs to be what gives me the best chance of winning.
Yeah.
Not I'm going to be aggressive and run out because I'm behind. I mean, if you can play a safe and that's a better chance of winning the game, then that's what you should be doing.
Especially if you move well like Bill does.
Well, that's why you've got to be switched on for all aspects of the game. The safety, sensible shot choices, all of that can still help you get back into this.
Yeah, well, if you watch pros, they like to play aggressively, but there's a limit to that. I mean, any good player, if they get a
couple of balls, and he's on
a 50-50 type situation where the safe's 50% and the shot's 50%, they're going to shoot the shot unless they're, nervous or, unless it's a situation where there's some reason that they don't like the shot or they're nervous, they're going to shoot the shot.
Well, this is a good table. It's good as far as all the balls have a pocket again.
Yeah, and I would expect that Bill's going to run out here because this table is sitting really good. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong here.
Now, he might just come out for that 4 into the corner where we are.
He will.
Oh, no, hang on. No, he's went the other way.
He hit it the right way. Well, that's the one I thought you were talking about.
I thought he was going to go that way. He's the wrong side of the 4, but he's just going to come back.
I'll tell you why that was the right way, because he put a little left English on it and made the angle wider, and that reduces the speed sensitivity on the 4. You come closer to the 4 ball, it becomes more speed sensitive. He opened it up there, which makes it, pretty easy to get the line you need.
And now we're 5-4, Albie.
The thing about both these players is they do a lot more right than they do wrong. But the thing about pool is the one thing you do wrong loses you the game. You can do a whole bunch of stuff right, but the one thing you do wrong, it kills you. And Bill didn't do a whole lot wrong that rack, so.
Back to within 2. Quick, we'll see the break, then we'll have a quick tab. That looks dry. That looks dry. Oh no, 7's going in.
Ball. Yep, and it's a good rack, and I think Bill should be out here too.
Yeah, you can get to the 5.
Yeah, the 5 ball's fine, and having a 6 next to it's not a big problem.
Quick look.
So it's probably going to be 10-9 here, and yeah, this is all good. I mean, well, that's not really how you wanted to be on this ball. He's still okay, but he's going to have to stop this and then hit the 4 ball and either go 2 rails or more likely a little inside English to come out straight.
Yeah. Well, I think he'll go 2 rails. He's got too much angle to be checking this up.
Yeah, I don't know why he pulled that back so far, because I would have just stopped it and then gone forward. He's going to have to go 2 rails, which means he's going to be further from the 5.
Needs to run.
Oh, he's fine. Yeah, and this is an ideal situation here because you're not going to move the 6 from this kind of angle.
Uh-oh. I thought he was sending that to the jaw.
No, he's fine. I mean, that was actually well played. He probably planned on having that angle on the 5 the whole time, and that's the angle you want where you don't have to bump the 6 at all. And this is well done. So this will be 3 racks in a row he's run out.
Mm-hmm.
I think 1 table run from the mistake and then 2 breaking runs.
Yeah, and this stage of the match, mistakes become really huge.
Oh, here's a 9 ball for 5 all for Baxter. So
5 all.
All of a sudden that Albie Baxter match has got interesting.
Yeah, and that's that's the way it's been this whole tournament for Albin. He's just hasn't seemed to be able to dominate these matches like he has in the past. I don't know what's going on with him. Well, Bill left this a little thin, but it should be okay. Just go up and down.
Well, he's already looking at this 4 ball.
And you just got to decide whether you're going to try to get on it for the combo. Me personally, I'd always be playing behind this. Now, where he is now, he has no choice. He's going to have to play for the combo. Well, you could come back, but I would think he's going to play for the combo here.
Well, he's got to get into a spot for that combo. I think he's running.
He's coming back. And that's no good.
Oh, now what do you do? What do you do now?
Well, you can shoot this in the corner. It goes.
It does go, yeah.
And it's pretty natural to get out, You know, you hit this with
Oh,
some
but
left English and hit it with some speed so it comes off the end rail and kills for the 5 ball. This is basically hit this with top left with some speed because
right.
it's really going to kill off the end rail here.
I dare you to say this is easy, Steve.
Well, it's not a gimme, but it's not as hard as some people would think. I mean, you're going to have to cut this 4 ball a fair amount, but the good thing about it is he's doing something squirrely. He's playing a 9 ball.
Oh, that's well done. That is well
That's
done.
a good shot.
Excellent. Good evening to Chimpy.
That'd be a winner.
And suddenly, we're 10 apiece.
This one might be dry.
5 apiece in the other match, 10 in this one.
But, you know, well, he's got a very easy billiard here. Now what you need to do is leave the 1 ball by the other side pocket. You don't want to make the 1 ball in the side pocket. That's what you need to avoid. If you hit this 1 ball too hard, you're going to end up being hooked by the 5. So it's kind of a soft bank, carom the 3, and leave the 1 ball for a shoot in the side pocket. So this is really all speed control.
He's ducking. He's ducking.
Well, there's nothing wrong with ducking, except that's not any good.
No.
I would have shot the carom there every time because I think you could have controlled it and kept the 1 by the side pocket. So he's probably going to be locked up here. I mean, this is take the 1 ball 2 rails and put the cue ball on the 3.
Yeah.
Bill may shoot this. I mean, Bill's in I'm just going to shoot mode here lately.
Oh, it's caught the 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, caught the 7. The only thing he's got sort of slightly in his favour is that the 8's a blocker.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem for Spectredawn. I mean, he's just going to draw this back and shoot the combo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shoots combos really well.
Well, again, there's nothing wrong with being aggressive, but you know, you got to execute. I mean, I would have played safe there.
I think I would have too, Steve. If you ain't 100% sure that you're going to make that shot, you got to start looking at the safety.
Well, the thing is that there was no guarantee of getting on the 2 ball good, and this could be trouble.
Well, he's fine.
Well, he got there.
So, you know, that's
he's got to decide how he's going to get on this 3. Now, he's got a guaranteed way to get on it that isn't such easy shape on the 4 ball. He's got to make a decision here whether he's taking I got a guaranteed shot and deal with the toughs. Well,
you said it.
He tried to go around the corner and get into the gap between the 5 and the 7, and the reason why that happened is because he cut the 3 ball too much. He hit the 3 ball in the wrong part of the pocket, so the cue ball got too wide. Mm-hmm. If he would have hit that in the right side of the pocket, it would have gone to 2 rails, not bumped the 4, and came right out like he wanted. And this is a terrible shot.
So it's 6-5. Albie broke, made a ball, had a thin shot to hit the 1 ball. Past the 2, he clips the 2, gives Banks her ball in hand.
Well, this isn't quite so terrible, Steve.
Well, it is in the sense that what he's saying is, I'm going to let you have the shot with the cue ball close to the 3 and bet you can't make this or play safe from here.
Yeah.
But he could have kicked and brought the 3 ball down to the end rail or all kinds of things, you know. Now that's a crazy shot to shoot at. And the interesting thing here is that Spectredawn, who doesn't play safe well, is playing these safes and not very well. And Bill, who does play safe fairly well, is shooting very aggressive, crazy shots. So it's kind of been a role reversal here, and it may work out to Spectredawn's advantage. I mean, it wasn't a very good safety he played, but you know, from that position, that combo was tough.
Well, I think Bill was at a loss to find anything better.
Yeah, I think when those situations come up, you gotta, you know, I'll give this piece of advice. When I get in those situations I'm looking at and I'm not liking it, I start looking at what happens if I thin the ball on this side. What happens if I thin the ball on this side? And just start looking at where the cue ball is going and where the object's ball is going and trying to figure out.
Hang on. Oh, I thought that was good.
Try to figure out a path that I can run the balls on where I can get safe. Like I think Bill didn't think about it that much. He looked at a couple things and then decided I'm shooting.
Yeah.
And that's the mode he's been in. He's been very aggressive, and this game has ended up costing him because he bumped the 7 ball when he tried to shoot the 1, and then he missed the combo, and now all of a sudden it's 11-10 with Spectredawn breaking, and if he breaks and runs us out, then it starts getting tough for Bill.
Well, at this point at 11-10 in that Spectredawn to table, Bill
It's
may
dry.
have shot his last shot.
It's dry.
Well, there's another dry break. Man, this has been terrible. Now, I'm playing safe on this 3-ball every single time in this situation. You can bank this one, but I would be playing safe every time. Yeah, and Bill finally did what he should have been doing all match. He should have been doing this all match because he's playing a guy that doesn't kick well, doesn't play safe well, and well, he kicked that one pretty good. That was actually perfect as far as how you wanted to kick it because you wanted the 1 ball to go down table towards the other end rail.
Well, I was going to be 2 up here, 7-5.
But it was still the right shot that Bill played there. That's the thing about pool is you can do the right thing and it doesn't always work out for you. Well, that's a hell of a shot.
Yeah. Oh, that's a hell of a little bump. Yeah, that'll do it.
But yeah, Bill's better off playing this kind of game against Spectredawn. I think his win percentage would be higher just playing more safes against him.
Oh, without a doubt, Bill moves way better. He shoots his safeties way better than Spectredawn.
Well, now he's got to get the cue ball under control here.
He didn't have to be here. He needed to hit that and get the cue ball out on the table. This is not where you want to be.
He's got to get right into this if he wants to avoid traffic.
You can play this off the 7. You can go on the other side of the 7. He's going to try to draw it back.
He's getting into it too much. Disaster.
And really, that was all caused by not playing good shape on the 4-ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He did not have to, the cue ball did not have to be where it was. I think he didn't want to put English because he was jacked up, and I understand that, but he still could have hit that with a lot more speed.
Yeah, he just got into it just too much.
And that may have cost him the match.
Yeah. He's on the hill now, Spectre. I don't think much out of that.
You're saying he got in the 4-ball too much, which is true, but I'm saying that he screwed up the way he shot the 3-ball.
Exactly. He had to be playing that 4-ball, in the table rather than inside it. Gives him much easier control with the cue ball than what he had to do.
Well, you just don't want to leave that shot on the 4. It's just, and you really don't want to leave this shot on the 8. He's a little funny.
This isn't pretty either.
But, a good player is going to make this, and this is a pretty routine pool shot. Good player is going to make this and get on the 9, and he's shooting it the way I would with draw here. And
that'll do it.
Hitting it just about perfect, so.
That'll do it. What the hell stuff up to? He's in and out of the room like a yo-yo.
I don't know. It's stub.
Well said.
Right. We'll see this break.
Yeah, well, if you're Spectredawn, you'd like to see something go down and have a shot on the ball and a good table.
Well, many we got on Twitch tonight. We got 18 on YouTube. That's good.
I'm in both.
And he's got a ball down, and it looks like he's going to have a shot, and this match probably going to be over here. Because the 8-ball is far enough from the 9 that, he shouldn't really have trouble getting a shot. And here's the thing about that. As you get funny, you've got some safety options there. But, you got a pretty large area you can get where you can cut that 8-ball in. So when you get to the table on this rack, your whole plan is working back from that 8, saying, where do I want to be on the 7 ball to get to where I want on the 8? And then you're like, okay, if I want to be there on the 7, where do I want to be on the 6? And where do I want to be on the 5? So you work back 3 or 4 balls and kind of figure out, this is how I'm going to play the table so I can get perfect on this 8 ball.
He's, how is he in the 5? I think he's
a little
fine.
funny
He's
here.
just a wee bit straight, but he's fine.
Yeah, he's going to either have to go forward and shoot it in one corner or stun it over and shoot in the other. I think he's just going to roll this forward and leave himself a little angle, which is what I would do.
8-5, Albie.
He's coming back with it, which honestly, I don't really get that because
well, you know,
this is not where you want to be on the 6. I would have rolled forward and shot the 6 in the other corner because it gives you a better line coming down on the 7.
Yeah, he's no guaranteed he's going to be great on this 7 to get good on the 8, but I think he'll be fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Now this is just 2 rails. You do not want to go 1 rail on this because that's how you come up short and the speed's harder. This is 2 rails and get it on a line off that second rail that's running where no matter where it is on that line, you've got a shot on the 8 ball.
Must get above the donut or on the donut.
All he's got to do is hit the second rail in the right spot. That's all.
But you know, he doesn't have to hit it that perfect. He could be shooting for the safety too and playing it like that. Just shoot and stop. And he's got neither one.
He's gone too
not
far.
Very good.
He's going to bank it, is he?
He played the shot the right way, but hit it way hard. In this situation, I would probably bank this unless it was a tight table, which this isn't. If it was a tight table, I'd play safe here.
Yeah, and it goes. 9 is in play.
And that's how you want to shoot it, just to move the 9 ball. I mean, you're going to come up with some kind of shot. And I think this match is over unless he dogs a 9 ball, which I wouldn't expect from him.
9-5, Albie.
Well, at least Bankster made this other one a match. I mean, that's, congrats to Bankster for making it a match.
Oh, he's
overdone
it. Oh, Bill's got a lifeline. All or nothing.
And I think that's just nerves because that ball wasn't close.
Well, it's a good bank, this 9 ball.
Oh, this is almost a dead bank.
Yeah. And Bill survives. He survives. He's okay. He's okay.
Oh, that's So, yeah, Spectredawn.
Oh, well.
Bill was probably a little puckered up right there.
If Spectredawn loses this match, he's gonna taste the throw up in his back of his throat because he definitely threw up on that 9 ball.
Well, what the hell is Bill gonna do? He's surely not gonna play the combo, is he?
Well, the way he's been going, he might. I mean, this is a tough situation because the safety isn't that good.
He should have blasted to try and cut that into the side.
Yeah, I don't like that. It was such a low percentage shot. I might have tried to just push the 1 ball over to the side rail and put the cue ball off the end rail on the 4. Now, granted, that's not a great shot to shoot at because if you don't get them on the 4, you sell out. But I think that was a better shot than that insane cut on the 1.
Well, what's Spectre going to do with this 2 ball? That's the question. He's trying to get below the 3, I think.
Yeah. I don't know why he's doing that. I would roll forward and shoot it in the corner. Yeah. I guess maybe it doesn't go by the 3.
Well, he's overdone it.
Yeah, he didn't go by the 3.
If he couldn't do anything else, he could have just put the 1 below the 4 and just spun the cue ball up behind that wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have just played to play safe. But, he doesn't think that way. He only thinks run out, you know. And a lot of times in those situations, you say, well, I'll just make the 1 ball and play safe on the 2. Or he could have played the 2-9 combo. That's another thing he had that was an option.
I was referring to Bill shot on that 1. He could have rolled that 1 down there below the 4 somewhere and just spun the cue ball up there off the side rail and the end rail and behind that wall.
Yeah, Bill had choices. He could have tried to bring it down table. I mean, there's a lot of balls there. And he just... I don't know. Bill's not taking advantage of his advantage. which is the moving game.
Well,
Even if he leaves a jump shot, I'd rather leave him shooting a long jump shot than leave him like he left him.
Well, he's got a pretty good safe here. You kind of stun run this off the rail behind the 4 and let the 2 ball go 2 rails down to the end rail. He's not going to do that, of course.
oh, that's a good shot. That was a good shot. Last chance saloon, every shot for Bill now. Oh,
Watch out.
Oh, God.
That was a bank shot there.
Well, he's got to leave the angle. He'll have the angle.
Well, he used every bit of the pocket on that shot.
And he's got to watch that 9 volt. He's going to go 2-3 rails, isn't he? He's got to watch the 9 volt.
No, he should go 3 rails here. And if he bumps the 9, he's fine as long as he hits this with speed.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
That kind of ball isn't going to hurt you usually if you hit it with enough speed. And Bill should be out here, and it should be 12-12. And, it's an advantage to be breaking when it's hill-hill.
Welcome to Jose. Typical Spaniard. Last in the house, and we're just about done. Jose had a long siesta this afternoon. That's him just woke up. Well, we've got Hill.
Well, somebody said 13-12 at the beginning. Yeah, it's Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra might get it right. Yeah, he's still 50-50 on his call. Oh, the 3 ball. Thought about it.
No. Oh, God, the 3 did that. The 1 hit the titty right next to the side pocket, and
well, here's a pressure
this is not
run
automatic. Well, this is not automatic because this 2 ball's not in a good spot, and you really don't want to have to play for a combo in this situation. But that might be his only shot here, unless he decides to play safe. And really, there's not a lot of good safeties here. I think he's going to shoot this ball.
It looks as if he's going to run the 1 in and run through. To me, looking at the angle, he's going to have to nudge this a little bit though.
If you're going to run through, you're shooting the 2 in the side pocket.
Yep.
One of them, either banking it or shooting it straight in the other one. And knowing Cobra, he's probably going to do that. I don't think he'll play for this combo.
Spectre.
Or Spectre.
Yeah.
I started talking Cobra.
He's got there, no problem.
Yeah, and he'll probably shoot this. He'll probably shoot this on the same side. I mean, it's a little funny on the bank, so I'm expecting him to shoot it. He's kind of just in between on this.
The worry always worries not potting the 2. It's leaving a sight in the 3 ball. That's guarded heavily by the 8 ball.
Yeah, well, that's a good shot there.
He can chip it.
It's a nice positive shot. Now, this shot's a little tricky if he's going to be playing this off the rail, which is what I think he almost has to do. God, it's going to hit the 8 ball even off the rail. This shot's going to be tough.
Well,
yeah, he was going to hit the 8 ball no matter what. And that's a good shot to come up with that. I mean, that was a tough situation there. All kinds of bad stuff could have happened.
Well,
was he fouled? Did he hit the 8 first?
What the hell happened here?
Oh, he hit the 8 ball first.
Oh, wow. I never even noticed that.
Well, that was a tough shot on that 3 ball. I mean, it was a lot harder than it looked.
Oh, Bill has won a watch. I'll tell you, he stepped in a dog turd and come up smelling the roses.
Yep. I mean, Bill is, well, I'll tell you what, like I said earlier, Spectredawn's going to taste that bit of puke that's in the back of his throat when he dogged that 9 ball, because he had this match.
Oh, what a twist in the tail at the end of this match. Goodness me.
That's a hard way to lose. I've lost some matches like that, and
just got to watch the cue ball here.
You remember those.
Yeah, don't get carried away with the 8 ball here.
Yeah, he's probably just going to hit a little soft stun draw here, is my guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a hold of it.
I missed an 8 ball hill once. It cost me $2,500, and I'll never forget that one. Tell you that.
Well done to Bill. He hung in there, and it's a tragedy in the end how it happened, though. we all thought
It
he
was-
was good on that too, didn't we? I mean, he could get enough of the 2, but he's caught the 8 and nobody's seen it.
The 3, Hugh.
Well, it was a very competitive match.
Wow.
There was a fair number of mistakes, but these guys both fought tooth and nail to win that match, and Bill prevailed.
Right. Well, at the moment, Albinario is 10-6 up in that match. So go to Twitch and type in One Pocket Slim if you want to watch the end of it.
Yep.
Now, do you want to look at the stats?
Yeah, let's look at the stats because
Hang on.
I want to see how bad these guys broke, because it just seemed like they broke
I've
dry
got
a lot.
I've got to log in again. Hang on. Everybody knows my email anyway.
Except you.
I hate that when it does it, especially in the internal browser. Hopefully that's it. Where the hell is that? Oh no, I've typed it wrong. Right, hang on. If it doesn't work this time, I'm going to bed. Right, there we go. Right. Mr.
Well, the break stats aren't as bad as I thought. Bill's was at 70%. Spectredawn is at 59, which is pretty mediocre. Bill's was okay. That's kind of normal. Average balls made isn't very high.
I'm still trying to find them.
Yeah, well, Bill's break percentage was 69.23 and Spectredawn was 58.33.
I'll let you read it out. I can't find it. Right.
Okay, Bill run out from the break 3, Spectredawn 1. Bill was 12 for 12 on money balls, and Spectredawn was 12 for 13.
Right. So where does that put us? Let's have a look.
How can you be 12 for 12 when it's a race to 13 and you won? I don't get that. Bill had 4 racks runs. Spectredawn only ran 1 rack. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, who would have said that Spectredawn for the whole match would only run 1 rack?
Yeah, well, his break wasn't working. That was the thing. If he did, if it wasn't working, he'd have been running racks, and that's where he struggled. Well,
that's a telling stat.
Stub now knows who his next opponent is. It's Mr.Bill.
Oh, that's going to be a blood match there.
Right. Anyway, thanks, Rob. Thanks, Steve.
Yes, sir.
And thanks everybody for watching. Head over to Twitch, catch the end of the match. And good luck.
I'm watching it now. It's 11-6 Albinario.
Well, I think it might be all over pretty soon.
I've been watching it the whole time.
Right, good night, guys. Thanks again.
Good night,
and we'll see you tomorrow, so be there.
We'll just stay right here in Discord.